Hey everyone, today I wanted to go over the first of a five-part series on lessons from history and how they pertain to investing and everyday life, including what we're going through right now with this pandemic and overall shutdown. So first I wanted to start with a quote. And the quote is from Voltaire, and it's history never repeats itself, man always does. So what I think he meant by that is that while most major events are unique, we're not. Human beings are not unique. We're emotional creatures. And the emotions leading up to that event, during those events, and afterwards are typically the same, right? They typically involve fear and greed, to simplify it a little bit. And again, there's really just no getting around it. So today's lesson is people suffering, especially when sudden and unexpected, are likely to think and act in ways they previously would not have considered. Okay, so that's today's lesson. Let's first go over it in the investing world. Warren Buffett's probably his most famous quote is to be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. Makes perfect sense, right? But yet, why is it so damn hard to do? Well, because right now, as you sit here, everything's great. And if you were to tell yourself, if the market drops 30%, this is exactly what I'm going to do. That's great. But you're looking at it through the context of good times. When we panic, we get emotional. We make irrational decisions. We justify what it is that we're doing, right? We don't just do it with investing, though. There are so many examples in history of people doing unimaginable things when they panic. Probably the most famous one is the Salem witch hunts. You know that those started, the Salem witch hunts, which led to, we'll go over that here a little bit, but it started with three girls, a 9-year-old and two 11-year-olds who started to have fits. They were screaming, throwing things, and just overall acting crazy. And those three girls blamed three women for, quote, afflicting them. Okay? Those three women happened to be a slave, a beggar, and a poor elderly lady. And those three girls making those accusations led to a series of events and a mob mentality that caused the imprisonment of 150 people, the killing of 25 people, 19 of which were hung. All because people panicked after hearing the accusations of three girls. Fear breeds fear, okay? So it's very easy for us to say how we would act during a future difficult time when things are good now. That's partly why tomorrow is always the busiest day, right? Tomorrow is when we're going to run, we're going to work out, we're going to start eating healthy, we're going to tackle that honey-do list, right? We're going to maybe have that tough conversation that we've been wanting to have for a while. It's always tomorrow. We are always so darn confident in ourselves in the future. But do you always do it tomorrow? Of course not, right? I can't tell you how many Mondays I've started a diet only for it to be done by sometimes as early as halfway through the day. So why do you assume in the future, when the market's tanking and you're panicking, that you're going to make the smart decision about your investments when times are really tough and you're losing money? Again, you just can't contextualize your mental state during that crisis. And really, your mental state determines what it is that you do. So if you're a normal person who's getting emotional about their investments during this crisis, you need a financial advisor, because one of my major responsibilities is to be the voice of reason for clients during difficult times and to really help them from hurting themselves. So today's lesson is, as we live through COVID-19, this pandemic, do you find yourself acting in ways that aren't you because you were scared? And I'm asking that you be honest with yourself. Do you happen to have a year or two supply of toilet paper in your garage? If so, I would say that's not rational. So be honest with yourself. Think about it. Think about those around you too that you care about. And will your answers change how you're acting right now? So hope you find this well. Have a good one.